How do you assess Doe's outing?
It was good. I mean, again, pitch count was a little bit of a factor. And then we played the situation, which I think was the right thing to do. Sometimes it goes your way. Sometimes it doesn't. I think tonight it did. Last week it didn't. But still looking forward to that outing where we push, the limit on the pitch count with him a little bit. But to me, the starter's job is, I've said this a million times, but starter's job is to come out of the game and give us a chance to win. And he certainly put us in a position to do that.
Feels like he's had a lot of starts like this year where he's been good, been dominant at flashes, but can't put it together and go deep into the game. Kind of what's the next step for him to get to that point?
Yeah, I mean, the first inning, you got two of the better competitors in the league going at it, and the guy ends up drawing a walk. And then arguably the best left-handed hitter, or one of them, I don't know how you line him up, or no disrespect to anybody, that guy's pretty good. So it was a clash of the Titans in the first inning that didn't go his way. But the rest of the time, he was fantastic. We could have made a play behind him, and we didn't. And so maybe things roll a little smoother for him after that. But no, I think early in the year, there were some ups and downs. But for the most part, he's been pretty consistent in my eyes, especially the last 2 weekends against, two really good clubs.
Maui's back. Was that bothering him again, or did y'all decide to go to Kendra?
No, I mean, that was a trainer thing. And not being smart, Alec, you'd have to ask the trainer. I don't know what the official assessment is.
Kind of got away from that. You didn't want inning there. Just talk about that inning.
Yeah, I mean, Cam's, been our guy in the past. He's been our guy this year. Led us to victory on the road last time we were on the road. And I don't think they can brag about, hammering him all over the park, but he certainly, shot himself in the foot a little bit with the hit-by-pitch deal. And, we try something there because – hey, when it's not going well, you can't just sit still. I mean, you want to try stuff, and I think we've probably been guilty of, just not executing in general. That's pretty obvious if you're watching in person or on TV. But also a little guilty of, because not executing, trying a little too hard, and when you try hard, you die hard.
You mentioned that trying too hard. Do you feel like that's what's happening with the runners on base, the hitting the numbers again low tonight?
Yeah, I mean, more off-speed pitches from their guys and some of our guys out front. So we need to do a better job of manufacturing, because there's been a couple times, I think in the first inning, both nights, you got a guy at third base. It needs to be driven in, and I guess we did get it done with the balk last night. So we got it done by accident. We need to get it done on purpose.
Do you know he'll be pitching tomorrow?
Yeah, Beam will pitch tomorrow, and Burns is obviously available out of the pen. Our intention was to use him maybe twice this weekend, but now we're whittled down to once. So what his specific role is when he comes in the game, we'll see. But, our guys like playing behind Beamer, so he'll start the game for us.
How is Burns kind of being taken out of this?
He's been great. I think, it's been a quirky deal, and it's led me to have, a conversation where I pointed out there's not a lot of guys. I mean, we're standing on a field where Kevin Kopps put together one of the greatest pitching years ever. He didn't do that 3 straight years, and I love the guy, but he didn't do it 3 straight years. There's very few guys that have put together 3 great years in college, whether it be hitting or pitching. And he was great last year. I think he's going to be really good next year, probably great. And he's still got a chance to make it a good year this year, if not great. It's just been kind of quirky how it's gone. So I think a little reset is good for everybody. In his case in particular, he'll have good stuff, he'll have a fresh arm, and you always know he's going to compete.
Will Halverson be available tomorrow?
Yeah, he came, and he's a guy that always wants the ball, and maybe we've been caught being a little too conservative with our arms, because he probably could have went tonight, but we had Cam in there, and he's a guy, because of his leadership and his years here, and also his ability to get out of jams like he did with that deal with the bases loaded. We rode, but probably did a little too long. I know he was a little sore. So it'll mean a loaded bullpen tomorrow, or however you want to phrase it.
I always see something new in a baseball game. Dickey on the third pitch, 2 consecutive nights has hit a home run. That's just kind of nuts.
Yeah, I mean, you will not show up to the ballpark. It could just be a scrimmage and not see something unique that you have not seen before if you're observing. And, the kid really enjoys playing, and it's fun having guys with a little bit of spunk to them and, bounce around and really enjoy playing. And, again, back to the mistake thing. If you make a mistake, but you're playing a game that way, I think we can all sleep well at night, or at least decent enough. You're going to sleep on a loss tonight if you're a Vol, so maybe you wake up a little more hungry, a little more determined tomorrow.
What do you like about Bryce's outing there at the end?
Just he keeps growing, but, I think we always thought he was fully capable of that prior to the season starting, and then once the season started, as long as he just kind of got his cleats in the ground. First couple times out, it's expected, especially for local guys that want to wear this uniform more than anybody. They tend to put a little extra pressure on themselves. So once he got his breath under him and, again, his cleats in the ground a few times, he's been super consistent for us.